We are living in an amazing reality, in a world of endless possibilities. It's a fast-paced world where we are connected with friends, family, and the outside world 24/7. And we can learn about anything at any time. But what is this doing to our bodies and minds? And how is it to grow up in this world? What can we do ourselves to keep up and be healthy? And how can we raise our children? That is what we're going to talk about today. Hi everyone and welcome. I'm Eva from Family Tech Wellness. Welcome to my Masterclass in Digital Wellness for Parents in the Digital Age. I'm super excited and happy to be here with you today on Digital Wellness Day. First, some intention settings. Please mute yourselves if you haven't done so already. And feel free to use the chat box during for interaction. My digital wellness journey arose from a very video gaming interested son, and then another one came along. So my expertise comes from years of researching and implementing strategies and tools into my family for my sons. And over the years, it has grown into my passion to find our true tech-life balance. And it has led me now to become a proud certified educator with Digital Wellness Institute, actually. So now I have this in combination with being a parent educator for kind and firm parenting. And I am truly passionate about supporting and educating parents to take leadership over their tech and find their true tech life balance and raise tech responsible kids. Today we're going to talk about digital wellness, and I will share our human challenges, and then we will move into the key strategies and tools, and then a summary and a QA. So what is digital wellness? The definition of digital wellness is that it's the optimum state of health and well-being that each individual using technology is capable of achieving. And as you can see on these images, we're using tech, but we're also doing other things. To find this true tech-life balance is, for me, digital wellness. Feel free to chime in the chat box. Okay, so the first human challenge, the presenting problem, the first one. We are distracted in the attention economy. What is the attention economy? Well, simply put, the attention economy is it's companies making money out of our attention. And this happens online, on the internet, where traffic is driven to specific places and advertisers and organizations all want to make money out of it. So our attention is the main driver of revenue and profit in the 21st century. But our attention is a limiting resource. I mean, we only have 24 hours, right? We need our sleep, and we need to be doing other things, and we should be doing other things, right? We are going to look at a little video where a guy is experiencing the attention economy.
That's not a bad photo. Laura posted a new album. A new video from John Oliver. Look at all these other videos. A new follower on Twitter. A few hot takes from the debate last night. This guy has a Wikipedia page. Oh, he grew up near New York. I grew up near New York. Just catch up on Instagram. Text from mom. Text from dad. Hey, dad, watch this kid shoot a firework at his dad. Send. Holy shit. It's been 40 minutes. Every time I look up after being stuck in my phone like this, I know it's going to happen again. And most of the time, I don't feel great about it. This is what it's like being a part of the attention economy.
recognize this happening to you? I definitely can relate to this, where something prompts us to go into the phone and then we see other things, because there's always something new, right? There's something in there all the time. So definitely. And we're going to talk about why this happens. So early humans lived as hunters and gatherers and had to watch out for tigers. Evolution designed our brains to reward us with the feel-good hormone dopamine if we found new information, as it could literally save our lives back then. And we still have the same brain, but obviously living in a completely different world, right? So what is this doing to us? How is it for our ancient brain to be living in this new world? Well, there is no cap on finding new information, right? So that is why it's extremely hard for us to put the phone down, to put a cap on things. That's why we have it with us all the time, as you can see on the image here. Everywhere we have the phone. And there's another element to this. Because now, I mean, we always had information, right? We had information through TV, through media, through newspapers. But now we have behavior scientists behind the screens as well. And they are manipulating us to look at the screens. And they're getting to know us, and then they show us what they know we like. 70% of what we watch on YouTube is recommended to us. So the tech gets to know our behavior patterns as well. And lastly, smartphone is like slot machines. The reward obviously is different. It's money or it's new information. But the principle of variable reward, that is what drives our attention, our engagement. Because the unknown is so fascinating for us, and we don't know when we will win the money, if we even will win the money. And we don't know when this exciting new information will come. It will come soon. It will come soon. So we keep on checking. We keep on looking. We look all the time, basically. I want to share these 3 images with you. There was a photographer. He took these and he took away the phone from the images. He wants to share our scary obsession with tech. And I do think these images are very sad to see. They're very shocking. I think when I see them, I think of disconnect. People are there with each other, but they're not there at the same time. Feel free to share anything you think about these images in the chat box. We're going to move on to the second presenting problem, our human challenge number 2, and that is that tech has our kids hooked on phones and games. And I think we can all relate to this. Kids are on devices a lot, and this generation Z, they are the first generation growing up alongside the evolution of technology and social media that we have done for many years now. And they were born mid to late 1990s to 2010. And the attention economy, but also us adults, the parents, our behavior has formed and shaped them, how they are using the devices and tools that are available. And we're going to watch a little film about where the kids and teens share their experiences.
I check my phone a lot.
More than I can count.
I check it usually when I wake up in the morning. Before school.
During school.
A couple times each class.
At lunch.
After school.
Walking home.
While I'm doing homework.
I'm watching people's stories. Check Instagram. Going through my feed.
Watch videos. Playing a game.
Liking pictures.
I'm constantly checking my phone until I go to bed. I think it's a mixture of everything that's on social media that makes it so cool. Stories or Bitmojis or GIFs. Teens want to try out the new feature. They want to be on the cutting edge of the technology that's coming out. So on Snapchat, there's like The Snap shows, their Snapchat streaks.
In the morning, just send a streaks picture. And when I get home from school, send a streaks picture. And now it's like a habit to do when I get on my phone.
When I post things on social media, there's definitely a period where I'm checking who saw it.
How many views you get and what people are liking on my stories and what I should keep posting.
There is a lot of pressure to present a version of yourself that's close to perfect.
I almost never post a picture that hasn't been like touched up in any way on Instagram. I always check it. If it's not getting as many likes as my other pictures, I might delete it. I have binge watched, I think, multiple shows. I've watched about 10 to 12 episodes in a day.
The 15 seconds between each episode definitely makes you feel like you have this urgent choice you have to make.
Instead of having to wait for an episode to come out every week, Netflix as a whole makes it a lot easier to just consume so much media all at once in a row.
I'm still trying to decide, but it starts playing the next episode. I'm like, oh, it won't hurt. You find yourself like 2 hours later and you're still watching it and you have homework to get done.
As you can see, these kids and teens consume a lot of tech, and I'm wondering what this what this youth is missing out on when they are on tech so much. And it's not a coincidence. It's manipulated by tech. And we're going to look at the model, how tech companies, game app developers are doing to hook us up to their apps. And this hook model was created by Nirayal, a behavior design expert. And it's 4 components. First, we have triggers. Something triggers us to go into in this case, Fortnite, which is a very popular game among youth. So it's a trigger, and it could be something from within. It could be that we are bored. I mean, oftentimes kids say, I'm so bored, I have nothing to do. And it could be an external trigger, and that could be the actual game emails my kid saying, hey, you haven't been in the game for some time. Come in, yay, it's going to be awesome. So the child takes action, goes into the game, and it's very easy to access Fortnite. They are on multiple platforms. You can even play Fortnite on your phone. So Fortnite has made it super easy to take the action, just click and you're in. And so they use this hook model here to its maximum, I would say. So they're in the game, and very soon the child will get a relief from their psychological itch. That could be the boredom. Oh, I'm so bored. Because in Fortnite, there's a lot of uncertainty, and our brain loves this. Makes us feel good. I mean, the thing is, with the uncertainty, I mean, we don't know who our opponents will be. We don't know how well they will play, what terrain they will end up in. So Fortnite does a good job to reward us as well. And the 4th key of the hook, to make it complete, to make a user come back to the game, the child needs to put something into the game. And this could be that they are upgrading an outfit, they are personalizing their character, they're doing something in the game. If they do that, it's likely they will come back to the game on another time and another time and another time. And that's how this game makes a lot of money. The 3rd presenting problem, human challenge, is about the youth relationship and nomophobia and FOMO. I'm not sure if you heard nomophobia before, but nomophobia is the fear of losing or being without your smartphone. And this nomophobia puts our sympathetic nervous system on high alert. And this is contributing to the anxiety we're seeing among youth today. We are a little bit more ramped up, so to speak. And studies show This was one particular one on American youth. 8.5 were severely homophobic, 71.5 were moderate, 20 were mildly. So it's a big thing. And in another study, also American youth, 83% slept with their phones, under their pillows and things like that. 47% of them check it in the night, which means they don't get proper sleep, right? 1 out of 5 would rather go without shoes for a week than lose their phone. So you can see this attachment to the phone, this relationship is very very special. And then we have the FOMO piece, the fear of missing out. And this is because tech companies manipulate us with 24/7 connectivity. We have a constant content stimulation. There's always something there. So yeah, this is both contributing to the anxiety we are seeing among youth. The next piece, the fourth presenting problem, is we are phubbing and social connections are lost. We're going to look at the little film again, and now, phubbing, you might not have heard of that before. It's snubbing. It's ignoring each other with our phones. So we look at, we are talking to a friend and we take up the phone in the middle of the conversation, basically. So let's watch this movie. I'm sure you can relate to this. I know it seems like this happening all the time, I find. As they say in the film, that this phenomenon can feel harmless, and it's a natural part of our society today. But the research shows that it can be damaging to our relationships. So I believe it's worth thinking about what we're doing when we are with our friends and families. So we reached the point where we leave behind all the challenges in this attention economy and focus on what we can do instead, right? Because there's a lot we can do actually, okay? So first I just briefly want to share this model. It's a digital flourishing model that was introduced by Digital Wellness Institute. And it's about taking advantage of all the fantastic tech we have out there, but be aware and to know when tech can be harmful and when it's bad for us and we don't feel good, then maybe take away that app or something. So have this mindful approach. So we're going to look at 4 key strategies, and they are some of them are based on this model, and a lot of them are from my own parental experiences. We're starting off with key strategy number 1, and that comes from the indistractable model. This was done by Nirayal, and the model have 4 components. First, we have the internal triggers, and that is our inner cues, our feelings, such as I'm bored, I have nothing to do. And the traction are actions that are pulling us forward towards something we have planned to do, we want to do. Then we have all these external triggers, like the pings and the dings and the sounds from our phones, the notifications, whatever. And then we have the distraction, and that is we're getting sidetracked from what we're actually planning to do. And what could this look like? How can we use this model in our own lives? So let's break it down. We need to master our internal triggers and focus on understanding the feelings before we're distracted. Was there a discomfort? I mean, we were sitting with a project and we became anxious and we just, oh, I don't really know what to do here. I just take a break and watch Instagram. So let's find the discomfort rather to master our internal triggers. And we need to be vigilant with the timing between two tasks. Like, for instance, you are in a meeting, and after the meeting, you know that you will have a presentation for a group of people. And what happens after the meeting? Do you go directly to the other, to the where you're going to present, or do you end up scrolling on Instagram? So, like, be aware of what's happening in the time between. And another a tip is to say to yourself in 10 minutes. Let's say, I mean, that often happens to me actually. I put up a post on Facebook and I get this urge to check, have I got any comments or what's happening with my post? But that just, I mean, maybe I'm sitting with something with focus work. It's better to keep going with that and say to myself, I will check the Facebook in 10 minutes. Like that. So, and then also let your kids be bored. It's something that is crucial nowadays because nowadays kids, they don't necessarily need to be bored. There's always something to distract them. And if they have their phones with them all the time, they definitely have that. But I used to say to my kids, especially when they were younger, I'm sure you will find something to do. I mean, when they came to me like, I'm so bored, I have nothing to do, nothing is fun here. I'm sure you will find something to do. And miraculously, they found something to do. And I didn't just hand them the devices. We need to hack back external triggers. First of all, take leadership over the attack. And by doing this, you do certain things. You remove apps that you don't need on your phone. That you might not even be using them. So take them off. And remove notifications but from people trying to reach you. And also look at your children's phones. Because they get so much notifications from apps, from games. It's totally unnecessary for them to have that. So take away all the notifications but from people. And also another thing, we can remove the autoplay on YouTube and Netflix. I mean, I'm sure you all know that on Netflix, the episode, like the girl said in the video, it starts 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that away. Make your own choice. So take away, remove autoplay. And the third one is about make time for traction. Give time for what you value in life. Be intentional more. Otherwise, you might be distracted easier. So make plans and let your children practice this by making video gaming dates with friends. And also be in sync with important people in your life and be respectful of everyone's time. Don't text your spouse when you know they are at work and maybe working on an important project and you need to talk about something personal. It's not super important, but you just want to get it there so you know you've shared it. Maybe write it down on a piece of paper where you are at and talk about it in the evening rather. So be respectful of everyone's time. They sure don't need the distraction at work. And prevent distraction with pacts. You can make pre-commitments with yourself. Maybe you don't want to check the work email after 7 p.m. There are actually apps there are apps helping you with this. Ironically, tech helps us with this. So it's about increasing the amount of effort that is required for something you don't want to do, like that. And let's look at key strategy number 2, setting boundaries at home. And there are 3 principles. First, we have place design. That's invisible fences to guide positive behavior choices at home, basically. And the second one is about time design and how we interact. And the third one is like on the actual devices, to put boundaries in place on the devices. So what could this look like? The one thing I want to start off with is the charging station. Have a place in your home when you enter the door or in the kitchen, in a common area, where the devices live. You put them there when you come home from work, and they stay there. You don't walk around with them in your pocket and things. And they also stay there during the night. So that creates friction. And friction is like putting the cookie jar on a high shelf. I mean, you wouldn't be having candy or cookies out on the table. And this is actually similar. We don't need tech all the time. We don't need cookies and candy all the time, right? And also we can create specific video gaming rooms or areas so kids know this is where we play and this is where we not play. One other example that I've done in my family is that we don't use tech in the car. We don't use devices in the car, but from Google Maps, of course, if we need it, and we listen to music sometimes, of course. But the point is, I want my kids to be bored sometimes and just sit there and watch out the window, and it sparks good conversations. Now it's so common. We just sit there, and sometimes we're totally silent, and sometimes we start talking about something, maybe something we see out the window. And I'm so happy that I did that several years ago. It feels so good. And embody tech-free bedrooms. Bedrooms are for sleep and romance, okay? And the second principle is about time design. I mean, for instance, you are talking to your child. Put away the phone. Put away the phone. I mean, otherwise, say to your child, you know what? I need to finish this, then I come talk to you. So be modeling phone-free conversations, and also embody tech-free meals. We have always had a no device policy at the dinner table, and just sitting there eating, feeling what you're eating, and that experience. And also it sparks good conversations, and you see each other. You can ask about your day and everything, and everybody is present. It's a good thing. And the third one, the third principle is about the digital boundaries on the devices. And I think this is key. When you're giving your child their first smartphone, the parental settings should be in place already. And I know Apple settings have loads of things with this. I don't have Apple myself. I don't have iPhone. We have Android. So I'm using Family Link with Google, which I think is an amazing app. So I see exactly how much time my kids spend on different apps. And if they want to have a new app, I see them requesting that, and I can take it away if I don't approve it. And I can totally like close the phone down. They can only phone, basically. So there are several options here. And we really need to be there for our kids so they don't reach all the things the adults reach online. So this is before giving a phone, this is key. And the third key strategy is about establishing taking gaming wellness. And I'm going to share 5 red flags. And those red flags are signs to look out for if maybe your child is gaming or using devices too much. So have a think about, like, is your child having trouble turning off devices at night? Or is your child having trouble falling asleep, waking up in the morning? This is something to consider. And are games devices getting in the way of a good morning routine? Or do they go straight to the device, for instance? And how is it with physical activity? How much are your children doing that compared to looking at devices? And the fifth one, I mean, as human beings, we need a lot of different things. We need sleep, we need to eat, we need to move our bodies. And how is this whole picture coming together for your child? And are they aware of these things? Talk to them about it and model these behaviors. And Also, devices are not to be, they shouldn't be in the bedtime routine. And at least 30 minutes prior to going to sleep, no devices is a good thing. And according to research, a good tech time limit is 1 to 2 hours. And here I'm talking about entertainment tech, and that is like Netflix, YouTube, and also playing video games. School is something else like that. And introduce mindfulness. Mindfulness is awareness that arises through paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-judgmentally, in the service of self-understanding and wisdom. This one was written by Jan Kabat-Zinn. And I would definitely introduce mindfulness in our children's life. And I've done so for many years. I mean, we have even been on trips without devices, and the kids had to do other things. And then we take away our phones as well from time to time. But this can be done easy. We can just a little bike ride. We can go on a picnic. We can just walk around the house. We can sit and eat ice cream with our phones. We can just hang out, basically, and talk about gratitude. We can start exploring with, maybe you're going to go to the gym for an hour. Maybe you don't even need to take your phone for that hour. But let your family and friends know what you're up to. But we can do so many things, and we don't need the tech all the time. Oftentimes, these urgent calls don't come when we don't. I mean, oftentimes it's not urgent when people are trying to reach us. It can wait an hour, right? So now I'm going to share something exciting. It's a mindful tool that is powerful to have available and help you and your family to relax in your daily lives. I've used this with my kids when they're going to sleep. It's a short little thing, and I hope you will follow along. So it only takes a couple of seconds. Please close your eyes and just follow my lead. Stop. Feel your feet. Feel your breath. Just be. So that was the mindful tool, and it can be repeated again and again. I think it's a beautiful little mindful tool to have with you, because it's so easy to remember. So that is an example, and here we have it. So the fourth key strategy: help change norms, make phubbing uncool. I mean, phubbing was what we talked about before, where we are snubbing each other with our phones. We are ignoring each other, basically. We take up the phone in the middle of a conversation. And I don't think that's cool. And I think we need to change that around. And we need to talk to our kids about this. I'm sure they experience this a lot, right? And we need to ask ourselves, what is our intention? How do we want to show up in the world? Are we a person that is present with the people around us, or are we constantly distracted and not listening to them? And the dependency on the smartphone is the key here. We are so dependent, that's why we take them up all the time, and that's why we are phubbing. So to increase this, to phub less, basically, we need to take breaks from our smartphones to decrease dependency. And of course, model this for your kids. Great, that was the 4 key strategies. So number 1, raise indistractable kids. We need to master our internal triggers, hack back external triggers, and make time for traction. That means what we're planning, and make pacts with ourselves. Be a good tech life role model. Model phone-free conversations, and share and model healthy behavior. Talk to them about all the things we need to be a healthy individual. And lastly, make phubbing uncool. teach our children and talk about them with them. Why we shouldn't be phubbing, right? I think they feel it too. So help them change norms in their peer groups and model breaks from your phone to make this happen. Cool. Let's see. So to learn more, you can reach me at eva@familytechwellness.com, and you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And most importantly, get a free summary PDF of this masterclass plus extra resources. So I will put this link in the chat box, but it's ldg.familytechwellness.com/summary. So you will get these resources emailed to you. Perfect. It was great to be here today and share all of this. Thank you very much for having me. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.